All right. Hello, friends. Welcome to day 3, Vacation Bible School. Rocky Road, Railway. And today's treat is kind of just one, but all the ingredients we're using, you can adapt what your diet and what your type of tummy can handle. Okay, I have certain things here, but I know there's plenty of products out there in the store so that you could still make this so that you don't have any allergies or reactions or your tummy gets upset about this. So mom and dad, you're going to maybe have to really step in on this one and just make sure that your child's okay. You may have a little help too because we're going to use a microwave for just about 60 seconds. So hopefully everyone's together and here we go. So today's Bible story, from what I understand, is about St. Peter, and I believe St. John's with him too. And they're going up to this temple. And when they go up there, there's this man that's sitting outside on the ground, and he can't walk. And he's been there many times before, but he sees them coming and he starts asking them for help. But what happens is St. Peter, he starts to pray over him, and next thing you know, the maid gets the man up, and all of a sudden this man can walk. And he hadn't walked before. And he was just so happy that he started jumping around and carrying on. Next thing you know, just like anyone else, a big crowd starts to come around. And they're like, what's going on? And they all see, here's that man. He's not been able to walk before. It's a miracle. Oh my. And more people came. Ah, but St. Peter, he's really smart. He took advantage of this. And he goes, oh, well, if all these people are here, I'm going to tell them about Jesus and God. Okay? All right. So, but the whole point of this is kind of how Jesus' power helps us to be bold. Okay? So over here with our train set today, I have some coal. Now you realize the engine on the train, he goes by putting coal in that engine, and it creates all this energy, and that's what pushes the train down the track. See, I also added here a little coal car. See the coal on the top? Because they have to have the energy go with them. And we already have a piece of coal here. And then we have to just take this train. Of course, Jesus is still at the end of our track, giving us this power to keep going. So this hard stuff called coal is a bold thing that they put in the engine. And today we're going to talk about us being bold also. Here we go. Jesus' power. Making us bold. Trust Jesus. All right. Let's get on with the snack first. This is kind of a difficult one in a way, but it's not. What I need you to do first, and you guys are really going to have fun doing this. Do not make, go wash your hands. Put us on pause. Go wash your hands. I'll get my little rag over here and I will wash my hands again. Go ahead, get done. So you can see, I'm not fibbing now when I said, hope you're using soap and water with yours too. Don't make a mess at the sink. I have a trash can over here. Don't worry, I'm just not throwing it on the floor. Okay, are you ready? Is everyone back now? First thing I want you to do is not get too messy, but I want you to get the Oreos or whatever kind of chocolate cookie you have. I want you to get about 10 or 12, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to put them in the plastic bag. Can you younger guys all, there's 2. Count with me. There's 4. This is big math, we're counting multis. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 2 extra ones in there for the measure. 11 and 12. Now, it's best to do that in a Ziploc bag so you can zip it up. Or if you just have a plastic bag. You see now what I want you to do. Here's the fun part. Is I want you to go inside the bag. Don't rip it. I want you to smush up these cookies. Just smush them, smush them, smush them, smush them the best that you can. Might have to let a little air out of this bag so it doesn't smash so much. All right, smash them, smash them. I know the boys, they could be like karate chopping them a little bit. Just don't break the bag. Smush them as best you can, break them up. I mean, it's easy. You could put it in a food processor, but that's not fun. This is the fun part. I know the girls aren't as strong as the boys sometimes, but I know there's some strong girls out there too. Smashing up these cookies. All right. So here we have a microwave. I got a big one so you can see it. Microwave bowl. Do not use plastic. It will melt in the microwave. I also have a measuring cup. This is 1 cup. Hopefully you have one too. If it's a glass one or a big one, it's okay. Just look where it says the 1 cup on that line. So we have some marshmallows. Now you can use some other kind of marshmallowy stuff in the jar. It's to make stuff stick together. So whatever's best for you, that's what I want you to use. But I'm using these little tiny marshmallows. You have big marshmallows? Just take them and cut them up and split them in half or 4s or whatever. Just make them a little bit smaller. It's only so they melt faster. So here, I'm going to put a cup. Oh, it's a little bit more. It's all right. Doesn't have to be perfect. Marshmallows in there. And then we need just a little bit of butter or margarine or whatever you can have. It's in the refrigerator. Just need a little bit, maybe about a teaspoon at the most. And what that's going to do is help melt everything. Oh, does this look like Rice Krispie Treats? It sure does. If your mom or dad knows how to make those real easy. Got one here. All right, so before we do anything else, we want to pop this in the microwave for about 60 seconds. All right? So I'm going to go over here to the microwave and I'm going to pop this in. This is where mom or dad should help you, unless you really know how to use the microwave, okay? Okay, let's see if this worked. Making it all squishy, melted. All right, so what I want you to do first is take all these Oreo cookie type cookies, whatever you have, and I want you to pour these in first. Now you know what we're making here, in case you haven't figured it out, because it's so dark like this. We're making coal crunch. This is edible coal. I got most of them in there. And you can just mix it all up. It's a big old glob. Okay, I think you guys are all good at mixing. And then if you want to, you can use it like that, but the recipe says to use Cocoa Krispies. It's more for flavor, because we want it to taste really good. So we're going to put about a cup of that in here. See, that's not as dark as the other stuff, so it doesn't look exactly like coal. close it up. All right, we're still mixing. Now, if you're making this for a whole bunch of friends or a whole bunch of people in your family, just make the recipe more. Basically, it's a cup of everything, except here. This was 12 cookies we put in ours. Okay, so here comes the fun part. I'm not going to get my hands all dirty. If you got a sink nearby and you want to use your hands, you want to let this cool down just for a few minutes because of the marshmallow. But what I'm going to use, you can have parchment paper, you can use that. I'm just going to cut me off a little piece of plastic. See how this is going to work. So I'm stuck in the spoon. There's a lot of marshmallow in there. So you just take some of the mixture, and I'm putting it in here so I don't get all set. The butter should help it from sticking too much on there. Of course, I didn't let this cool down very much. And all you're going to do now is just squish this around a little bit. You can form a ball, or you can form a rectangle, because all the coal doesn't look the same. It's all different sizes and shapes, just like us. It's not perfect. Okay, and then once that's done, then you can put it on the plate. And this time, now you really want to make it cool down before you eat it. Well, it'll be real gooey. And then once it cools down, it's a little bit hard on the outside, but on the inside it's nice and chewy. And then if you have any left over, you can just store it in a baggie and you can eat some tomorrow. Okay? See how the dark is like the coal? That's what we're going after. All right, so just a couple things about being bold. What's some things in our life that we could do to be bold about Jesus? Well, I was thinking maybe you could be the one, doesn't matter how old you are, when you're sitting down for dinner at night, make sure that everybody in the family says a prayer before you eat. And if you're sitting there saying, Mom, Dad, can we just stop 1 second and everybody say a prayer? Or when you're even at school, I always tell my students, when you're at lunch, and you get your lunch already, just sit there for a minute. And for being bold, just sit there for a second and just maybe close your eyes or just sit and be quiet for a minute. And in your head even, you can be bold and thank God for the food you're about ready to eat for lunch. Another way of being bold at your age is like here, see how this? I have a cross on. And I generally wear my cross all the time. And this is a symbol of being bold also. I'm a Christian and I love Jesus so much. And then if you're into those friendship bracelets, maybe you can find one with a little cross on there. And that's kind of being bold too. All right? Whatever makes you comfortable. And as you get older, you should be able to do a lot more. Okay, I gotta remember now what the question of the day was. If you could build a train, and you could do anything, what would you build your train to do? That's a question for you to ask and think about and talk about with your family. Okay? All right, we're done for today. Here's our snack. Go ahead. Don't forget to say your prayer before you eat. Thank you, God, for everything today. My friends, my family, grandma, grandpa, aunts and uncles, all the people in my life. And let them know that I am boldly in love with Jesus. And Jesus' power will help me get bold. Be bold. Trust Jesus. Bye. Till next time, bye.